Co-housing gives the thing that we all look for in terms of what a neighborhood is, ideally in our minds, the way we think of it, the way I think back to my childhood.
A new wonderful turning of the way for society to get back to a closer connection to your neighbors, to feel supported and just really have a fun time together a lot of the time, and much closer relationships than you have in a typical neighborhood.
First of all, it means you know your neighbors, and I really love that. I love walking out my door and seeing people I know and seeing their pets and their grandchildren and knowing who they are and having them know me.
Co-housing is like creating a new family for me, of friends and then some. Friends in need, friends in fun, friends when you're happy, friends when you're sad.
For me, community is a source of support. I grew up in a large extended family. I'm the eldest of 8 kids. I'm used to people really taking care of each other. Co-housing offers for me the potential for that kind of support.
People didn't live so long before, and I think that we have to help each other. I don't think we can count on in the younger generation to come in and look after us. We have to figure out how to look after ourselves a lot more.
Currently, I think everybody in this community is essentially between 50 and 70. There's much more shared interests, shared goals, shared life experiences. That's one of the things that I'm looking forward to, is kind of us growing together through those stages, or having enough similarity in those stages to understand one another and where we're at.
All the people who are retiring are really engaged. They're active and alive and functioning to build this community, but also looking toward how this community is part of the larger community.
I think it's going to open up some new avenues of creativity for me. And I mean, I expect when I move out here, I expect to be maybe doing some volunteer work over at the shelter. I would hope I'll do a little more of my art, because I'm being more creative, feel freer. And the people will inspire me. Their experiences and their knowledge and stuff, I hope to gain from that.
Absolutely. We've got some serious hikers and bike riders here. We've got a lot of people who are world travelers. This is definitely a very active group of people.
Plus, I think a healthier lifestyle for all of us. We'll be inspired by each other. If nothing else, I'll start really doing yoga instead of just talking about it.
It also offers a real opportunity to be on a journey into the aging process, into the 3rd and 4th and final stages in life, with people who are aware of what's happening to them, who are living intentionally, who are working to find creative and new ways of caring for our bodies and our minds and our spirits and each other.
Just the idea of being proactive, making your own decisions, molding the life you want as you age so that you can do it the way you want to do it and not the way your children think you ought to do it, your neighbors would do it, but the way you really want to do it.
With co-housing, you have the advantage, you have a lot more control over it because it's self-managed and you're part of that process. So it's almost like with your neighbors, you're deciding how things are going to be, what you're going to spend money on. If there's something you really have a passion for, you can do it and feel like you can contribute it to the group. It's almost like, in that case, it starts to work a little bit like an extended family without those obligations that you often have with family.
What I like about the situation is I have my own space. I can hole up if I need to. People respect that. But the community is there.
I'm a little cautious about moving to a community where everybody knows your business, but I think it'll be all right here because these are friends.
Most of the people are very interested in living very lightly on the earth.
We have solar hot water that's already in the community, and there's been attention paid to the kind of landscaping and planting. But I mean, I'm sure at some point we'll look at that and say maybe we can do something either with, more low maintenance, xeriscaping, native plants.
The experience of growing older becomes inescapable. and that we are already sharing ideas about how to manage that process gratefully. I think the more we are together, the more opportunity we'll have to do that, and the richer it will become.